All right. Hold on. We've got a little bit. I think we got some difficulties here. Just give me a second. Because I don't hear any sound. Stand by while we're waiting. Oh, let's see. Nope, don't hear any sound. Give me just a second, guys. We should be back here in just a second. There we go. Got some sound. All right. Match number 1. Welcome in everybody to the Burn in Silence final for their tournament. Anti-Valentine tournament. It has been crazy for the last 2 days. We've got the best of the best teams from the last 2 lobbies from the last 2 days. Absolutely. Match number 1 is going to be Erangel. We've got a very interesting flight path. It is kind of the Zarki over towards the Primorsk area. Like, this is a good flight path. And our first zone is actually going to be up towards Stalbert, Severny, Yasnaya, Polyana. So these teams are going to be able to loot as what they can and then move over into that zone. And it looks like we've got maybe 1 or 2 teams that are absolutely just going to be really close to this flight, to that zone. All right, Extreme Slayers. They are looting and suiting up, grabbing what they need. It kind of looks like they're all by themselves right now, which is good, but we have quite a few teams down in the quarry and a ferry pier area. We've got teams into Gatka. Let's go hop in. All Stars, the esports, and then we have Team Entity that's just right over there. Deep is by themselves, so this is currently a 1v1 right here in Gatka. So we'll keep an eye on those, but Orne there has teams backing up. Here comes another member of Entity. Ooh, that was a good grenade. I don't think it actually got into it. Nexus OP. Ooh, got Rain going on. Let's jump in with Rain over here. Rain already with an elimination on the board for the team. So they're starting out really strong. So let's take a quick look. Let's see who that was that they got the elimination off of. And it's gonna be R5. So Rain picked up an elimination off of R5 there. So that's gonna be them starting out strong. Back over into Gatka where we have All Stars. Candy Joe gets a good hit. Nexus is down for Entity. All Stars definitely are having it outnumbered. Deep is now outnumbered. All Stars very quickly moved in. Hope a 23, bringing in those long range shots. It does get an elimination, but takes quite a bit of hits. Alright, Nexus is still down. Alright, and Hope rolling around. We've got some other teams going on. So we can quickly find those. I don't think we've had any teams that have been eliminated just yet. We are still sitting at a full 18 teams. Deep coming in there with a revive on the Nexus. Very nice. But Team Entity started out being just a team of 3, and they're holding up really well right now against All Stars. But All Stars definitely have them pinned down. Deep with a shotgun in hand. Oh! DBS. Deep gets an elimination, pulling them up to 2. Oh! GG's to Team Entity. Cleared out All-Stars. Nicely done. Let's drop way down here towards the very south side of the military base, where we have AMG Esports picking up 4 eliminations. So we are 16 teams already. So the team that was eliminated by them is going to be URZA Esports. That was Team 5, URZA. Okay, we've got Region 8 Gaming over here in Stalbert. Great place to be. A lot of loot here for the teams. They also have Kamishki that is just down the hill. They can pick up a little more loot there. Alright, looks like a member of R5. Gots to be careful rolling in. Getting dangerously close to 4 sexy frogs, but does alter, so. Alright, our teams are rotating in. Alright, straight out of Nepal down in the blue zone. Looks like just one member. Ooh, supply room key. Spence is about to loot up and grab some good stuff here. Alright, the Chosen down in Primorsk, full squad, 2 eliminations. Alright, let's head right here. Extreme Slayers over in the North Georgia Pool area. So they're going to be making their way through. Always on top. They have a member down. Sun has been knocked. Can they get the Sun's back up? So they did get that revive. Sun back up on their feet, keeping them a full squad. Sun must have not had their seatbelt on because they must have jumped off the back of the buggy there. Didn't have their seatbelt tightened. That'll happen sometimes. You jump out of the moving vehicle and completely get knocked. All right, our teams are kind of making their way in. So we got the Chosen moving in. Ooh, we've got shots. Let's go hop in over here. All right, ripped. Taking something, getting shot at. ESPORTS. Oh, Chris is down for Sailing ESPORTS. Twisted coming in with the elimination. Always on top, getting those long range cross the water shots over on Rip. You got Sailing Esports just inside, and they started out this being a team of 3 as well, and it looks like that they're gonna be down just to a solo. And 𝐋𝐕𝐄 there knocking out those tires. And we've got Rain Esports. They are now made their way into Yasnaya Polyana. Just outside of Yasnaya, we have Entity as they're making their way slowly but surely, trying to slide in through Yasnaya Polyana. Again, we have 16 teams that are still remain. Apex Esports, currently 0 eliminations, but they have plenty of time to be able to pick up those eliminations. 𝐋𝐕𝐄 with those shots. Captain with Rip gets away. All right, our zone's about to shift here. All right. That is our zone with 16 teams. We have quite a few teams that are still alive. All right, let's see. Not a lot going on right now for these teams. They are playing it safe. There is a $200 on the line for the winning team. XIM. They are about as close as you can get to being in the center of the zone here. Without being directly in the center. They are a duo though. So they're going to be playing it safe here, trying to get up there into the top 10, top 5. And they are holding that little area down very well. Just a little ways down the hill from them is going to be Spence with a Sun. AMG up to 5 eliminations. This duo they're a duo and they are doing extremely well staying alive. All right, ripped down to a duo, and they are in between Team Entity and Team Apex. So they're going to be definitely laying low here for a little bit. Looks like one of their buggies is definitely in need of a new tire. Jumping in over into Entity. Over in the police station, they do have a really good position here. All right, Rain up to 3 eliminations, still sitting as a full squad. And TBA making their way out of the Yaznaya Polyana, headed north into Stalbert. Now, R8 has been up here in Stalbert since the beginning of this. So they have completely looted Stalbert, and they have all the stuff that they need. They are just now waiting on teams to get to them. They are in a really good position here as teams are actually coming up the hill to them. And each of those members of R8 have just about 4 corners of Stalbert, so they can watch from any angle. And True Pack has kind of the better position here, can cover Home Depot as it... All right, Cloud coming in, or Cloudy, excuse me, coming in to kind of help as the TBA making their way up the hill. They are dangerously close inside. So TBA has a member down. Good grenade. All right, so the other 3 members on ground moving in. Looks like TBA has been eliminated. Let's check. And they have TBA down and out. All right, so those other 3 members that closed in there onto TBA to help eliminate them are now going back to their respective corners in a sense to be able to watch as teams are coming up this hill. But the zone is shifted down the hill into out of Stalbert, so this is going to be a very interesting. All right, Sailing still sitting as a solo here. Really good position on AMG and the Chosen, but has to watch behind them because they are going to get tagged very quickly by R8. Cloudy moving in, has the grenade. Grenade, not exactly, probably thought that's where it was at, but did not get a grenade hit. All right, teams are starting to definitely rotate in here. Ace gets healed up very nicely with Apex. But Casey definitely laid down some fire there just beforehand. All right, AMG trying to rotate in to get a good position. All right, XIM. They're gonna be taking over the warehouses here. That is just below Stalbert. These teams are battling as they are making their way, rotating in. This is a very unusual location for the zone. They've got an uphill, downhill battle between a lot of these teams. R8 at the very top up there, is moving down. Actually, they are all inside a zone with really good position of staying up there on top of the hill. They have teams just to the right of them. Always on top. They have three of their members down. And all three of them are back up on their feet. Nicely done. Very quick revives here. But always on top is pinned down quite a bit here. Not a very much where they can go. They're going to have to push in towards R8. All right, looks like they have made it in. I don't know if they've all made it in. XIM, they are making it in. Again, R8 at the top of this hill, still holding it down. They do have that over the top shooting, so they're going to be able to pick out a lot of these teams really quickly here. We're down to just 3 teams. Straight out of Nepal with 6 eliminations. All right, 2 teams, R8 and straight out of Nepal. This very well could be a 2v2 here. Looks like this is going to be a 3v3, so both teams are down to just 3 players. Casey is in trouble. All right, Nika right there, very close to throwing those grenades. Casey doing an excellent job using that hovercraft as a little bit of cover there. Home Depot moving down to help back up Nika. P3 may be onto something. It's going to rotate around. So this is going to become a 1v1 up there on top of the hill. Nice drop there. P3 gets a nice drop and is taken out. GG's, nicely done. R8 coming out on top. Sun straight in Nepal coming in second. AMG coming in third. XIM coming in fourth. Always on top coming in fifth. SILVERSPURS coming in sixth. Extreme Slayers coming in seventh. The Chosen coming in eighth. Sailing Esports coming in ninth. AES coming in 10th. 4 Sexy Frogs coming in 11th. Entity coming in 12th. Rain coming in 13th. TBA coming in 14th. Ripped coming in 15th. R5 coming in 16th. URZA taking 17th. And ASE coming in 18th. Outlaw with AMG going all out with 4 eliminations. Zeron with always on top. Best Companion with the 2 rescues. And Home Depot with R8. dealing that final kill, giving R8 the chicken dinner for match number 1. All right, hang tight. We'll get you into match number 2 as quickly as we can. All right, while we're waiting for everybody to get in, so Burning Silence is doing a duo on February 14th on Valentine's Day. So this is their information. So if you and your partner want to sign up for this, make sure you join their Discord and be able to get in onto this duo skirmish that they're going to be hosting on the 14th. All right, we've got about 5 minutes or so before we are going to start, so we'll be getting into this in match number 2 here momentarily. Y'all just hang tight. All right, match number 2. We're going to be here in Rondo. So, very unique map for Rondo here. So, with Rondo, there are recall towers. So, your teammates, if you completely die and you have one member that is still alive, that one member can go to a recall tower and be able to recall you back. Each player has one recall. All right, we're coming out of 10 long all the way up through the stadium into Bailey. We got Hotenhen in the flight path. We've got Yulin, Test Track, the factory. We've got Hongshun. We've got Danqing. We've got some good places for these teams to jump down, loot up, suit up, and grab all sorts of goodies to prepare for the fights to come. Yulin, Test Track, and the factory in the stadium. Those 4 places right here are going to be really hot spots here. Great loot, a lot, and there. Each of those places have a recall tower. So very quick fights and a very quick recalls if team members can get there fast enough. We have the stadium, Yulin, Test Track, factory all inside the zone. So we're going to see quite a few teams here jump here and grab what they can as quickly as they can, and then be able to try to quickly eliminate these teams. And we've got teams down on ground. We're going to head over to Danqing, where we have quite a few teams on ground. We have straight out of Nepal here. Who else do we've got? We've got Entity. We've got 4 Sexy Frogs. R5 always on the top. And of course, straight out of Nepal. All right, R5 has already lost a member temporarily, but now if one of the team members head over to a recall tower, they can definitely quickly get them recalled back. Entity with 1 elimination. We've got fights going on all over the place. P3 with straight out of Nepal has been dropped. Alpha with always on top is down. It looks like 4 Sexy Frogs are just kind of hanging out here. All right, we've got a lot going on. Let's go check out. Let's head over and dropping in on Ripped. And they are going to be here inside Yulin. Along with URZA with 1 elimination, still sitting as a full squad. The Chosen. They're down a member. Again, they do have a recall tower right here. And if a crossing, it can get to that recall tower without being taken out, the Chosen will be back up to a full squad very quickly. Zeus down and out. Alright, Lin with URZA getting tagged. Crossing got down and tagged, and definitely was able to get that recall just in time. Crossing it down and out. BMF returns those fire. All right, let's see. Can Crossing get revived? Get recalled back? All right, looks like these teams have kind of settled down here just a little bit. Let's head over to, where is it? TBA. Apex. They do have They have lost the member. So TBA right here, moving in really quick, really fast. Gets that elimination. Not Me has been eliminated. So Ace was able to get to a recall tower, and now all 3 of those members are being recalled back. Ace down and out was definitely able to get that revive just in time before going out. So if the other 3 members can get a recall to a recall tower, they're going to be bringing back Ace. So each of these members will have already been recalled. So once if they are down and out a second time, they are down and out. All right, it is still kind of quiet over here in Yulin. Still got our couple teams there. It looks like Hooks picks up an elimination for Rain, bringing them to 2 eliminations. Oh, and Rain makes a perfect entrance here. Right on top of AMG. Hooks goes down. And has been eliminated. Xani gets that recall for the team very quickly. Definitely understood the assignment to be able to get them to find a recall tower very quickly there. Ooh, Salty is down for TBA and has been eliminated. All right, we still have our 18 teams that are remaining. Despair Despair on their own, shotgun in hand, tries to run through and is down and out. All right, TBA with 4 eliminations. Let's head back over to Danqing. We're straight out of Nepal, still there and still alive, along with Always on Top and Team Entity. All right, teams are still there, slowly rotating in. Our zone didn't shift too much outside of the test track and the stadium. All Stars with currently 0 eliminations, but that is okay. They do have, being just a team of 3, they have XIM down there at the bottom. Looks like they're gonna push in really quickly here. Just being right now a team of 3. Let's see how well they can hold up here. All right, now All Stars down to just a duo. They made a... All right, this is a 2v2. Nice molly does eliminate them being able to try to run out there. So it's going to be forcing them to go to the backside. All right, 10-year was nowhere inside that inside the building, so it's gonna make a quick escape. All right, Anna moving in. XIM. Ashley is down for All Stars and has been eliminated. Alright, the Tupac. Down and out. Hold up. We just lost an entire team. So we're now down to 17 teams. So All Stars Esports have been eliminated. Our first team out for match, completely eliminated for match 2. These teams are putting up a lot of good fights and trying to stay alive. All right, we've got R5 out in the blue zone, just kind of hanging and chilling, waiting for the prime opportunity to be able to move in, give these other teams a chance to be able to eliminate so they can get there. AMG doing it, trying to barricade, make a good place for them to actually stay for a little while. And Pegarino checking that airdrop. We still have Yulin that is still in play. We've had quite a few teams that have still stayed here. Rip has still stayed. And it looks like Yulin, we might have a Yulin end zone here. So Rip has been stayed in the area. I believe the Chosen have actually stayed in this area for quite some time as well. Looks like both of those teams are just kind of laying low and waiting for the prime opportunity to be able to move in. Rosado down and out for SILVERSPURS. So Master YT, last one, still stands. And the revive towers are still available. Can he get here in time to be able to recall the team? And it does indeed. So SILVERSPURS are going to be coming back as a team of 3 at Master YT definitely coming in clutch there, be able to get the team back. All right, R8 now has joined in, coming into a Yulin where we have the Chosen and Ripped still available. They're still here. We got Extreme Slayers that are making their way into Yuling as well. And the Chosen being a duo. Extreme Slayers. 0 eliminations, working hard to stay alive. URZA now has 2 of their members that have been dropped. Can they get the revive before the zone gets in? And it looks like they're going to get both of those revives, keeping them as a full squad. Ooh, Rain moving in. They are just outside the blue zone. We've got Ace OP that's right here. Alright, we've got a Sirius with Rain. Believe it's been knocked. Hooks has been eliminated. Alright, knock quick here. Gets that revive. Trying to push into zone. Entity. And assailing esports. Who's it gonna be? Entity kind of down. Ace OP going in for a very quick revive. Nexus been dropped again. I think they went out to the blue zone there. All right, Ace has to make a decision. And is going to push through into the zone. So Ace OP is going to be the last one. Still stands for Team Entity. Alright, the ball has been dropped. They're going to get that revive. That should be keeping a user as a full squad with 3 eliminations as we are moving into our last few zones. Extreme Slayers up on the hill. They have a little bit of a downhill battle, so these teams that are down there are going to have to pay attention to what's up on the hill. We have 8 teams just... we now have 7 teams remaining. And R8 with 10 total eliminations. Alright, Extreme Slayers are making their way down the hill, trying to come in behind on that zone. Alright, Xani with the Rain kind of laying low. Definitely the last one that is still remaining for Rain Esports. So definitely going to be playing it smart here. Nice shots. Does pick up another elimination. Alright, Extreme Slayers. With this zone starting to hurt, they're going to have to make a decision either to go for a revive or continue to push forward as going to be a team of 3. And Hydra is down and out with Extreme Slayers. Havoc up top on the hill. Gonna be able to provide a little bit of oversight and a little bit of cover for Havoc. It gets dropped. Three teams remain. R8, Rain, AMG. Our last three teams remain. We've now down to 2. This is going to be a 4v3. Can R8 take another chicken dinner? All right, these teams are trying to meet in the middle here. R8 still has an advantage because they are on the uphill there. Cloudy gets it dropped. Ooh, GG's. Nicely done. AMG taking the chicken dinner. R8 coming in second. Rain coming in third. Extreme Slayers coming in fourth. 4 Sexy Frogs coming in fifth. Ripped coming in sixth. URZA coming in seventh. SILVERSPURS coming in 8th. The Chosen coming in 9th. TBA coming in 10th. Entity coming in 11th. Always on top coming in 12th. Sailing Esports coming in 13th. Straight out of Nepal coming in 14th. XIM coming in 15th. Apex coming in 16th. R5 coming in 17th. And ASE coming in 18th. Outlaw with it going all out with 6 eliminations. Nicely done, putting some points up there on the board for AMG. 4 Sexy Frogs. Problem with the best companion with 2 rescues. That is going to be it for match number 2. Hang tight, we'll get you into match number 3 as quickly as we can. All right, while we're waiting on, we've got, so Burning Silence is putting on a Valentine duo on Valentine's Day, February 14th. So if you want to get, you and your partner want to get signed up for this, go in, join their server, get your team, get you and your duo partner signed up for this. All right, we are waiting. We are getting, everybody's getting into the lobby, into the room here. Hope if I actually showed y'all that the information for the Valentine duo that's going to be happening on 14th by Burning Silence. So if y'all want to join this, get in there, join their server, get in and get signed up. All right, match number 3. We have one more right after this. And our match 3 is going to be here in Myanmar. Myanmar, another one of the larger land maps. But this is absolutely a sniper's paradise map. There's a lot of high places for these teams to jump up, get on top of, and be able to oversee some good areas and be able to snipe from. So the teams are going to have to pay attention to what's out there just a little bit farther than their normal distance. They're going to have to pay attention to somewhere that's out there about 200 to 300 meters away, because you can be sniped and never know where that bullet is coming from until it is too late. So our flight path for match 3 is going to be coming out of a trailer park all the way down through the truck stop. We've got San Martin Hacienda area. We've got the graveyard, power grid, Picado, a little ways off of this flight path, but very doable, very achievable to get out to. We have the truck stop itself, and we have El Elzar, we have Cruz de Vel. We have some good places for these teams to jump down really close to the flight path to loot up, suit up, and grab what they need. Or if they want to move out there just a little bit farther, we've got some of those places out there as well. All right, looks like we got El Elzar. That's going to be that El Elzar and the trailer park are going to be a very hot place. Looks like we've got 3 teams there, but we've got La Cabrera. We've got 2 teams over there. We're going to jump there first with Rain Esports. We have AMG that is in the area here. So they are going to be, Rain is going to be, could get an alteration here with AMG. All right, looks like both of these teams are just kind of looting and grabbing what they can before engaging with one another. Ooh, nice shots by not me. So Apex. Ace is down. Oh, well, Ace is down. Not sure if not me was just shooting just to shoot. Or maybe did not know that there was a teammate. Apex have done lost a member. They're now down to just a team of 3. Let's head quickly up here to URZA, where they've gotten 3 eliminations, and 3 of their members had been knocked, so they're going to get those revives very quickly here, and it looks like they're going to get them off very nicely. So we've got R5, that was a team 7. R5 started out being a team of 3 and has completely been eliminated. Apex Esports has been eliminated as well. So we've got 2 teams that are completely been eliminated. Rain being a duo now. Let's jump over to El Elzar, or El Pozo. With Sailing Esports here. They have the Chosen in their AO. So both of these teams right now have 0 eliminations. That we could very well just kind of see them slide all the way through and not engage with one another, but we'll see how it goes. So we'll keep an eye on these two teams. All right, straight out of Nepal, kind of in the Impala area. All right, we got 4 sexy frogs. We'll head back into with the Chosen. Quad K with those shots does get a drop there. Nicely done. That may be a very tricky revive for Sailing, but very doable. Alright, Quad K trying to at least prevent that revive from happening. And Novo gonna get revived, so Sailing gonna be back up to a full squad. And TBA picking up 2 eliminations. We're 13 teams remaining. Rain and AMG both have been eliminated. I believe a TBA came in and cleaned up what was remaining in a La Cabrera. All right, Sun trying to. Looks like they're gonna go in for the. They did. Sun got the. Did get confirmed that kill, but in the process, it gets taken and dropped. So Senseless. Ooh, they can be able to get Senseless just in time. Zeron coming in for that revive. Are they going to be able to get to Sun? They are. So Sun did make it back and is going to get revived up. Chosen and Sailing still in El Pozo, so they're going to be battling each other plus this blue zone. Let's see if you've got URZA. You got a couple members of URZA that are up there in the Campo Militar. So Hacienda kind of a dead center of this map here. All right, let's jump over and back with the Chosen and a Sailing. Let's see how they're holding up here. And it looks like the Chosen have been completely eliminated. So Sailing moves on, and they're going to need to find a vehicle and plenty of health to be able to stay alive. We have Ripped and Extreme Slayers. Alright, Ripped just lost 2 of their members, so they're going to be moving forward as a duo. So Extreme Slayers are going to make a quick, looks like they're going to be make a quick push. Can Ripped hold it down? Can these 2 members hold it and stay alive for the team? Oh, and Ripped is now down to just a solo. Spiceman, last one still alive. And Extreme Slayers closing in quick on them. And it looks like they're just going to kind of bypass and roll on through into the next zone. Sun has just now been eliminated. Dead player with those grenades. Ooh, a dead player gets dropped in the process of trying to get across. Zeron gets caught in the flames. Can he stay alive? And it does. Alright, 2 members of Entity look like they're both been dropped. So Ace OP coming in with a quick revive. This will be a prime opportunity for Zeron. Probably. Oh, had it. Nicely done. So always on top. Eliminating Team Entity. Bringing them to a total of 6 eliminations, and we have just 10 teams remain. Alright, our zone's going to be shifting here in about right now. Alright, so it still holds Hacienda and the water treatment. So these teams going to be able to have to quickly move into that area. There are some high places, mountaintops and stuff, that these teams can get up on top of. As you can see, we do have 1 member from TBA that's kind of taken that position. All right, always on top. Looks like they're gonna try to take the center zone here. And R8 just picked up another elimination and bringing them up to 2 total eliminations. Extreme Slayers, 9 total eliminations. URZA Esports down to just a duo now. We still have 10 teams that are remaining. XIM Anna, last one still stands. Alright, SILVERSPURS just got taken out by straight out of Nepal. Alright, we got 4 sexy frogs that are moving into the area along with XIM. Let's go drop with them. Looks like they got some going on here. And XIM Anna laying low, and 4 sexy frogs that never knew that they were there. Oh, nicely done. Pops up out of nowhere. Anna gets an elimination for XIM. Gets another drop. Can they get a full squad wipe here? Gets another drop. And it does not. Lux comes in with that shotgun and eliminates XIM, and they are down and out. So 4 sexy frogs are gonna get revived. They're gonna be back up to just a team of 3. With all of that shooting and chaos going on, we've got straight out of Nepal. That is closing in on the 4 sexy frogs. Casey with a drop on Snow. All right, Casey's now gonna get out of there, staying being way too long inside the blue zone. Lux trying to stay alive. This zone is hurting a lot, so Lux is gonna need to get some help, get plenty of health to be able to get into the zone. I don't know if Lux is gonna be able to stay alive long enough to be able to run the zone or grab a vehicle. Luckily, there's plenty of vehicles around. Looks like Lux is gonna heal up for just the last time here. Can Lux get to the zone? Nicely done. Gets a good drop and the elimination on Cloud, or Cloudy over there, and gets dropped and taken out. So R8, after just losing Cloudy, almost lost another member here, but is being revived. We've got 4 teams remain. We've got Extreme Slayers, R8, TBA, and Straight Out of Nepal. Alright, to TBA, Straight Out of and Straight of Nepal are both full squads moving into our last couple zones. All right, his zone is moving in. R8 may get trapped into the blue zone. That blue zone is hurting. And it looks like they're going to be trapped and probably eliminated really quickly here. All right, Nika trying to make their way in and has been eliminated. Straight Out of Nepal. Wolf being picked up here, gonna keep Straight Out of Nepal as a full squad. Oh! And Casey and Wolf both get ran over by a member of a TBA. Spence was not in the area, which is very smart here. I was able to at least keep the team alive a little bit longer. Klaus doing a few laps around trying to find the other team. All right, Extreme Slayers with 13 eliminations. They have 13 eliminations, and they are a duo. All right, Hydra is gonna have to swap vehicles here, as that car was starting to smoke a little bit. All right, looks like Straight Out of Nepal. Spence is gonna kind of run it down here to see how long they can stay alive. Being out there in the blue zone, they're gonna be running out of health very soon, very quickly. 2 teams remain. TBA and Extreme Slayers. TBA still sitting as a full squad. Extreme Slayers are in some serious trouble. Those mortars are going off. Havoc gets dropped. Hydra, last one that is still going to be standing, and is quickly down and out. TBA coming on top with that chicken dinner Extreme Slayers coming in second. Straight NEPAL coming in third. R8 coming in fourth. Sailing Esports coming in fifth. For Sexy Frogs coming in sixth. Always on Top coming in seventh. XIM coming in 8th, URZA coming in 9th, SILVERSPURS coming in 10th, Team Entity coming in 11th, Ripped coming in 12th, The Chosen coming in 13th, AMG coming in 14th, Rain Esports coming in 15th, AES coming in 16th, and R5 coming in 17th. Klaus with the going all out with a 7 eliminations. Zeron from Always on Top with the best companion with the 2 rescues, and Klaus dealing that final kill for TBA, giving them the chicken dinner for match 3. We've got one more match, y'all. Hang tight. We'll get you there as quickly as we can. All right. Just so y'all know, here it is. One last time. Burning Silence is doing a duo on February 14th. They're going to do another, just a duo scrimmage on February 14th. So if you want to get you and your partner signed up for this, get into their server and be able to sign up. All right, our last match for the Burn in Silence tournament. All right, these teams, a last battle for tonight. They're gonna loot up, suit up, and grab everything and anything to try to take it home for the prize. And we have an eastern flight path that's coming out of Starboard through Yasnaya Polyana, all the way down through Farm, Milta, and all the way out to the east side of the military base. In this flight path, we've got some good places. We've got Starboard, Kamishki, Severny, Yasnaya Polyana. Out there a little ways is going to be the shooting range. We also have going on down, we have the Rozek School boatyard area. We have Mansion, Prison, Shelter, Farm and Milta Power out there just a little ways, but very doable. And then we have the military base in Novo Repnoy. And our teams are starting to jump out. They are getting outside the plane here, trying to make their way. Looks like we're going to have R8 and SILVERSPURS that are going towards the shooting range. And it looks like a lot of our teams kind of jumping into the center zone. We've already got a fight with TBA. TBA with a member down. Who is a TBA taking on? XIM. Tenure been dropped. They're gonna Blaze not going for the thirst there. It looks like Anna may be in trouble as a TBA are Anna down. Alright, Tagero, last one still stands for XIM. And we've got team, we just had a team. Let's head over into AGM, where they have one elimination. Ripped has a lost member, so they're going to be a team of 3 right now. We've got straight out of Nepal in R5 inside Milta. KC with straight out of Nepal in a danger position here with the 2 members of R5 closing in quick. KC with a grenade. All right, R5 has made it into the building. Can Casey? Casey has given them the slip here. Casey gets it back in. And straight in Nepal, rest of the members are pushing in. Casey gets dropped. Cruz down. So straight Nepal picking up 4 eliminations. And R5, our first team out for our last match here. Alright, we have a ripped and extreme slayers. Spence with a straight out of Paul trying to get out of there. Wolf and Spence are both still alive for a straight out of Paul, but Spence being pursued right behind, getting some shots. Alright, a problem in trying to catch up to Spence. Jumps out of the car, quick change into a shotgun. He drops the Spence nicely. Wolf is going to be the last one. Still stands for straight into Paul. Wolf with those shots. He does get a problem dropped, but problem is going to get revived. All right, Rain and the Chosen going at it. Sirius just got dropped and been eliminated. Chosen with the 2 of their members down. Chosen now with 3 of their members. Chosen is in some trouble. Home Depot trying to run, trying to hide. No, that was Despair. Despair was trying to run and trying to hide, was not able to escape those shotgun. So Rain now gonna get these get the revives if they can get in just before URZA coming in. And they are just right now currently a team of 3. All right, we have 10 teams already remain. XIM, Team 10, have that been eliminated. SILVERSPURS have been eliminated. Ripped has been eliminated. The Chosen have been eliminated. And R5 have been eliminated. Teams are dropping really quickly here. R8 hanging out there in the blue zone in the Severny, as these teams are going to start eliminating each other here. Let's drop over with Entity. We got Entity and AMG. Nexus. Good hits there. Pederano down. And has been eliminated. AMG with now being just a team of 3. We got 4 Sexy Frogs with the 6 total eliminations. They are putting up some points here. And a user are going to be down and out. 7 teams remain. Oh, excuse me, 8 teams remain. They have 7 eliminations. Sailing Esports up there and up top by the shelter. Alright, problem, got the revive on the Lux. Yeah, problem has been dropped. Novo gets the elimination. Snow, the last one, still standing. Ooh, good grenade, just doesn't get down inside. Beautiful grenade. 𝐋𝐎𝐕𝐄 gets dropped. Novo with that quick thinking there with the molly is definitely gonna stop Snow. 𝐋𝐎𝐕𝐄 down again. Snow coming up. Oh, and a Snow with the clutch there. Gets both of those eliminations, bringing 4 Sexy Frogs up to total of 10 eliminations. But closing in is going to be Extreme Slayers. Alright, we have 7 teams that are just remaining here. Alright, our zone is shift. So now all these teams are going to go back to the farm. We have a TBA coming and leaving out of Severny, so they're going to have plenty of time to kind of make their way through, pick up any last little bit of supplies that they need to be able to take on the... We got Team Entity over in the school area, so they are a full squad with one elimination. And they are taking their time to going for those placement points. So we also got two members that have made their way into zone with the Team Entity. All right, Deep may have R8 in sight, and does indeed. All right, with 7 teams remaining, there's a lot of real estate that is still available for these teams to be able to kind of take their time getting into the next zone. And we've got Wolf with a straight out of Nepal and taking their time getting any last minute stuff right before heading into the zone. The zone did shift now, so this is going to be a wide open area, not a lot of cover for these teams. There's going to be just a handful of buildings and places for these teams to go. Entity still up there on top of the little mountain. But they're going to need to be pushing their way into the zone. Deep with some shots. All right, our teams, we've got TBA still kind of rotating in. We got 4 sexy frogs. Snow still alive, playing it safe here, waiting very patiently for the zone to move and gonna ride that zone in. Snow definitely cannot sit there for too long. Alright, zone is starting to shift. Snow may be in trouble. He might be caught between Klaus and a Blaze. And Snow has been caught in between two members of TBA and has quickly been eliminated. So TBA picking up another elimination. 6 teams are now remaining. We've got TBA, R8, Team Entity, and Extreme Slayers. Those teams are still sitting as a full squad as we are moving into our last few zones. Klaus had gotten hit quite a bit right there. Got R8 closing in on Team Entity. These teams are driving around trying to get some eliminations, and Team Entity, both of those members in the car get completely knocked out of the car. Are they going to be able to get the revives? Nicely done. Blaze coming in and doing a clean sweep there. Was able to come in just in time while Team Entity was trying to get healed up. Four teams are remaining here. We got AMG, TBA, Extreme Slayers, and a straight out of Nepal. Alright, let's jump over with it to get up here. Kind of the only one that's kind of inside zone just slightly. As you can tell, there's not a lot of cover for these teams for the remaining zone. And the zone shifts again. Is still not a lot of cover at all. These teams are gonna have just the cover of the trees. Ooh, Wolf with the stranded paw down and out. 3 teams remain. Extreme Slayers, AMG, and TBA. TBA and Extreme Slayers, both of those teams are still sitting as a full squad. And Togep escapes death there as it was going through 2 teams. Oh! Togep gets dropped. Is going to be taken out. Outlaw down now. We've got 2 teams that are remaining. Just 2 teams. Extreme Slayers and TBA. Who's it going to be? If TBA can't get the revive, they're going to be a duo going up against Extreme Slayers. That's going to be a full, I believe, a full team. And they are a full squad. Blade is going to try to go in for a quick revive. All right, it is going to be a still 3v4 Extreme Slayers with still as a full squad. Havoc almost got taken out, got really down to low in health. Havoc prepping a grenade. Can the grenade... QZ putting in some work for TBA, trying to keep him alive. We've got just a duo here. This is going to be a 2v4. Who's it gonna be? Extreme Slayers has now lost a member, so they are still a decent team here. QZ trying to come in with a shotgun. Gotta pay attention to their health. Nicely done. GG's. TBA coming out on top with that chicken dinner. Extreme Slayers coming in a second. AMG coming in third. Straight of Nepal coming in fourth. Team Entity coming in fifth. R8 coming in a sixth. For Sexy Frogs coming in a seventh. Sailing Esports coming in eighth. URZA coming in ninth. Rain coming in 10th. The Chosen coming in 11th. Ripped coming in 12th. XIM coming in 13th. SILVERSPURS coming in 14th. And R5 coming in 15th. Snow with the 4 Sexy Frogs, with the going all out with 5 eliminations. 4 Sexy Frogs as well. Problem with the best companion with 2 rescues, but QZ with TBA giving them that chicken dinner, dealing the final kill. All right, that is it. The results and everything will be in the Burn in Silence Discord, so if you're not already there and you want to see what these results are going to be, join their server so you can see how well your team did, or the team that you might have been supporting, and everything. And one last thing before we go. We have so Burn in Silence is doing a Valentine duo on February 14th tomorrow. So if you and your partner want to get signed up for this, get in, join the server, the Burn in Silence server, get your teams signed up for this, have some fun. All right, thank y'all also for tuning in, watching, and hanging out. Until next stream, I will catch you all later. Y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all's Friday.